What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another Game of Thrones, a card game. For 2nd edition, we are in the final round of the Game Night Kit held at 401 Games in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. On the left we have Tom playing Targaryen, Banner of the Kraken. On the right we have Kevin playing Tyrell, Banner of the Sun. On the Targaryen side we have Viserys Targaryen set up beside Victorion Greyjoy. Plaza of Pride is in play already, and a Rose Road for some economy. On the other side for setup we have Paxter Red Wine. And another little money-producing card, I don't know, it's something called the Arbor. Yeah, so Kevin's going to be blinging over there on economy to start here. Having a +4 gold bonus already. But only a 2-card setup, but still 8 gold. So, yeah, still good. But is he going to be able to handle the Victorion with Plaza of Pride? Possibly winning initiative going first and doing its old Neil thing. So we have a Heads on Spikes from the Tyrell side into Time of Plenty. Fan-made alt art card there. So they'll both be drawing 3 cards during the draw phase. But we're going to do some Heads on Spikes here to start. And it's a great haul.
Did I game against Reese close?
No character. Still goes to the discard pile.
I first joined like.
It's basically like Kevin there with the Tyrell deck just won an intrigue challenge in the plot phase. All ready to start. So we're drawing 3 cards now due to the Time of Plenty. The Tyrell player won initiative, but not sure who's going first. I'm sure we'll find out in 2 seconds here. Looks like it's Kevin on the right going first with 8 gold to work with. And this is the final table of this Swiss Game Night Kit tournament. These are the top 2 players. I can't remember if they're undefeated at this point. It was actually a 4-round tournament, but 1 round last minute couldn't get anyone to record under the camera, so didn't get that game. But yeah, that's all right. We still got 3 rounds of the tournament. This is the 4th round technically, but the final round. And these are the top dogs of the tournament here, facing off to see who gets the top prize. Both of them have come up from the Black Knight Games group I play with on Thursday nights. We play about an hour down the road from this store we're playing at here. So it looks like a Pleasure Barge was played there to draw some cards, and a Rose Road put on top of it to basically cancel out its negative gold bonus there, is I think what he's done by putting that Rose Road on top. We have an Iron Throne and Arion Martell in play now. And it looks like sitting on a gold, passing over to the Targ player.
Sure, it's definitely a. Yeah, you text for me. Is that
a text for you?
Me?
A text for you. I didn't see White Tree in any of my games except for against Wash, and he summons the newly made Lord in. I'm just like.
So we have an Illyrio's Estate marshaled out here for some economy. Instantly knelt there for some Crown of Gold action on Arion Martell, which I think is a great target for that card. One of the best Martell characters in my opinion.
What are the odds? 1 in 3.
And we have an Iron Minds.
1 in 61. Well, more not that bad because there's been some cycling of cards. But yeah,
Stuff's happening.
Yeah.
We do see there is a Dracarys in the hand of Tom. And a copy of Khal Drogo. He's decided to play Viserion. And I think sitting on a gold also. So Dracarys is a possibility. Surprise, surprise. And his packs are going to walk right into it. There is a gold on the other side, though, so Hand's Judgment can be played to cancel it. Oh, actually, with Paxter, he's paying for the first event, which happens to be a Lord Renly's Ride, which, of course, he has the first action, so he decides to play that after declaring attackers, which would be before the other player can trigger Dracarys. So he knows what's up, instantly buffs his strength, because Arion is in the, I believe it's the dead pile, so he gets another 4 strength, and gets Dracarys on the pull. Holy crap. And the Intimidate, of course, off of Lord Renly's Ride, that event that was just played. Niels Victirion, who is 6 gold, so he'll have to chuck a 3-cost card or higher to stand him with Plaza of Pride. And I think we just had a military challenge there, or a power challenge, but his Viper's Eyes is played after losing it by the Tyrell player. And he's going to go through the hand of the Targaryen player and pick a card to discard.
For me?
For everybody. For everybody involved.
So this Tyrell Sun deck so far has been having a good time here with great economy. Not the best board of characters, but he's at least trolling his opponent well here by doing his Lord Renly's Ride, his Viper's Eyes, and plucking a Dracarys. Throws a newly made Lord there in the discard pile. I guess he doesn't want his Iron Throne blown up. And we have a power challenge with Viserys going unopposed and grabbing some claim. And it's 3-0 for the Targ player. Actually 3-1 now. Dominance goes... No. Both had a gold saved, I think. Oh, sorry. Iron Throne. I just said it. Iron Throne's counting for Dom. Derp, 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 derp. So 9-1 for dominance for the Tyrell player, so he gets that power. And on to round 2 plots. And while we're waiting for them to hit those plots, hit that like button, guys. Come on. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here.
I'm back.
And we got Counting Coppers into Counting Coppers. We're both going to be drawing a crap load of cards here.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
Yeah, there.
You received cards.
3 minis. 3 minis.
So I think Tom on the left's dug into another Dracarys there. I think I see in his hand. I could be wrong, but I think I do. He's played another Illyrio's Estate. He's got Khal Drogo in the front there. He definitely wants to play it, but he counts out his gold possibilities, and he does not have enough. So he plays Rhaegal instead. And sits on 2 gold. So 5 gold collected on the other side. He's playing a second Pleasure Barge. Really digging in his deck here. Counting Coppers, 2 Pleasure Barges. He got an extra draw off his opponent's Time of Plenty. So Kevin looks to be digging for something here. Maybe digging for something he can play for 5 gold or less. You think by now he'd have something. Maybe he's looking for pieces of a combo. Maybe digging for a milk for Victirion. Or maybe at least a Nightmares. So we got Lingering Venom played on Viserys Targaryen, or Viserys Targaryen. So when a challenge is lost, basically a token gets placed on that attachment. And if it equals the character's strength, the character's dead. That's how I believe it works. And a Bastard Daughter and Renly's Pavilion played. 1 gold saved on the Tyrell side. So we got an unopposed intrigue challenge coming in here from Rhaegal. Triggers Lingering Venom. Kills Viserys Targaryen instantly, so they don't even bother with the token. And Kevin looks to have 65 cards in hand and loses a Corset Marjorie Tyrell.
Power of 5.
And now we got Victirion coming in, power 5 strength. Remember, he has Intimidate and Renown. Looking to intimidate that Bastard Daughter, which shouldn't be a problem. Even with the Renly's Pavilion on the table. Still a 4 strength difference right now. And there's that Nightmares. So he spends his last gold to Nightmares Victirion. So no more Intimidate, no more Renown.
Yep.
Loses a challenge, triggers his Viper's Eyes to go through his opponent's hand again. Sees the Dany, sees Dracarys, sees Khal Drogo. All juicy targets. I think he's got Asha in there and a copy of Drogon, plus a second copy of Plaza of Pride. And it's the Dracarys.
Not nice.
And is he playing a second his Viper's Eyes? Oh, doesn't look like it. We're going to play up to 6 power now to 0 on the Tyrell side, just stealing the last power there. And we got a military of 2 strength. But it could be defended here with Renly's Pavilion, giving +1 to the Bastard Daughter and -1 on Viserion. Yep, and that's what's done. So looks like it's fully defended. That's all 3 challenges from the Targaryen player. And nothing from the Tyrell player.
It's turn 2 and Terry doesn't have any power.
Whose fault's that?
Yours.
Oh, shit.
And dominance goes to the Tyrell player, of course. Having the Iron Throne. I guess not of course, but usually the player with the Iron Throne has a heavy advantage there for dominance. And we have pulling the strings into close call. And I think he's going to use that pulling the strings to trigger a counting coppers to draw more cards. This is crazy. I think he's heavy on locations. Maybe he's just drawing into all of his locations and hasn't really found the characters he wants to play. We do see a Sirio in hand. He has a character, but...
Draw a card. And then draw 2.
So yeah, Viserys Targaryen's moved with the close call, it looks like, and draws an extra card there. And on the other side, uses pulling the strings to copy counting coppers and draw 3 extra cards. On top of the regular 2 drawn in the draw phase. And Viserion gets a dupe. Looks like the Targaryen player is going first. If you guys are wondering where the Massacre from Hardhome footage is, it's coming up shortly on the channel. I had 2 extra cameras there on the side of the live stream. So the live stream is up on the channel. If you haven't seen it, go back. It was posted last weekend. And you can watch a bunch of Game of Thrones matches there. But make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the little notification bell icon beside the subscribe button to be notified, because I have a couple of other matches from each round coming up on the channel, plus the top 8, top 4 other matches that were not on the stream. So look forward to those coming up on the channel shortly. And of course, Gen Con is coming soon in a couple weeks. So we'll definitely have more footage up from Gen Con. Hopefully I'll be able to record some Thrones matches there, among some other games, and maybe some previews and that kind of thing. So if you're interested, stick around. So we got Daenerys Targaryen in play. Looks like a gold saved. And now on to marshalling on the Tyrell side. Looks like he has 7 gold to work with. And he plays a Rose Road that basically cancels out that other -1 gold for next turn that he would have had from Pleasure Barge. Now he's using Renly's Pavilion in the marshalling phase to reduce Rhaegal's strength and raise the Bastard Daughter's strength, to then play a House Florent Knight to bounce Rhaegal to the discard pile. Those sneaky House Florent Knights. Maybe that's what he's digging for. And he plays an Orphan of the Green Blood with Bestow, but doesn't put any Bestow on the character.
Now go.
Just looks like he wanted to get a power icon on the board. So looks like he's deciding to play characters now.
Intrigue.
Actually do some challenges.
Florent, Knicket.
It's gonna have no defenders.
We got Dany coming in. Of course, she has stealth from Viserion, stealthing out the House Florent Knight, most likely an intrigue challenge.
Claim.
That goes unopposed, of course. And let's see what he grabs for claim. It's a copy of Varys. Okay, maybe that's what he was doing. Interestingly, though, he doesn't play Varus.
Varus doesn't need Varus to win.
Maybe he feels his opponent has too many cards in hand. Doesn't feel like playing Varus.
Power.
Yeah, not sure why he didn't do it that round there. He must have a master plan.
No defender.
And this challenge goes undefended also. Looks like it was a power challenge. Putting the Tyrell player back down to 0 power. And the Targaryen player is up to 9. 10 now with Renown on Victirion. And intimidates the House Florent Knight. And looks like Plaza's going to stand probably Victirion here. Copy of Drogon, Chuck to stand Victirion. And Victirion coming in on a military challenge. Looking to intimidate someone else. Of course, claim someone. But it probably will be the Bastard Daughter, which will grab a card out of hand. So Bastard Daughter blocks the unopposed. Gets killed, of course. And Intimidate will happen on the Orphan of the Green Blood. And a copy of Theon. It's grabbed on the reaction from the Bastard Daughter. And it looks like dominance goes to the Tyrell player.
I'm at 5.
So 11-1. I don't know if Kevin can come back from that, but that's a huge lead. Even a Varus play I don't know is enough to get back into this one. And Valor now with Victirion having 2 power on him. I don't think Valor's going to do much. So we actually have Noble Cause into duel. So maybe this is why Varus wasn't played last round. To add another 6-coster on the board. So we have a kneel on Danny and a killed and cannot be saved actually on Victirion. So just when I thought Victirion wouldn't be going anywhere because he had 2 power on him, Duel says he's dead. So we have Danny and Victirion on the board. Danny has stealth, but she has Nult. But Plaza of Pride might be able to undo that, assuming he has a card that is expensive enough to stand Danny. Needs to be 4 or higher cost. Are we going to see Khal Drogo this turn? But Tom on the left definitely has to be worried. After seeing Varus, you gotta wonder about putting out your big dudes without any duplicates, because you could just have Varus played on you right after you're done marshalling, and then you have to worry about that, which might happen. Kevin has drawn about 49 cards, I think, by this point, after all the counting coppers, pulling the strings, time of plenties, and all that business. And the 3 pleasure barges. I might be exaggerating slightly, but it's been a lot of cards.
Doesn't die. Discard.
Yes.
So they just corrected the Rhaegal that was in the dead pile from the House Florent Knight. It was actually supposed to be in the discard pile, so they just corrected that there. So we have an Illyrio's Estate used to reduce the cost of a Targaryen Loyalist. And 6 gets Khal Drogo into play. And a Sea Bitch marshaled out there in the bottom left. And sits on 2 gold. Over to the Tyrell player.
Oh, God. I kept thinking you had a Viserys in your hand, and you just close call.
Yeah.
Well, this Tyrell deck, since we've seen Varus, he could be playing the last of the Giants. So watch for him to be saving 2 gold to play that event. I'm sure that's probably why Paxter's in there also to help with that 2-cost event. Help get it out there for cheaper, assuming it's the first event he plays. But you know, Paxter is long gone. Tom sitting on 2 gold. I mean, he could have a Nightmares to counter that. Maybe even a Hand's Judgment. He's got enough money there to cancel the Last of the Giants. Very curious to see if Kevin can come back from this one. I mean, he's only down 9-1 now after Victorion has left play. So we have an 8 power difference, which isn't that far. At least he's been holding the Targaryen player back from winning dominance almost every round. We have an Ocean Road put into play, used instantly. And there's that guy named Varys that we were just talking about. The second copy is now in play. And there are 2 characters out there with him, so should be able to handle the double military challenges due to Khal Drogo being in play. And we have the 3rd Pleasure Barge. More cards drawn here. What is he looking for? He's got a second copy of the Arbor in hand. So he must be playing Last of the Giants. We see a Wildling Horde in hand. That's usually a dead giveaway. Yeah, there's Last of the Giants in Kevin's hand there on the right. You can see it. So it looks like he's going to save the 2 gold to possibly bomb in a Wildling Horde or some other neutral character like Sirio. Makes sense if you're playing 3 of that event. Might as well put in some other neutrals in there that you can bomb into play for $2, do some damage, and then leave play. So Lingering Venom played on Daenerys. Why is that? Why do you play Lingering Venom on Daenerys when you might play Varys to wipe the whole board? I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments below if you know why, but I think he's going to plan on keeping that Varys around for a while. If he expects Dany to be around for a while. But is Lingering Venom terminal? I think it is. He's going to have to lose 5 challenges to get Lingering Venom enough tokens there to kill Daenerys, I believe. So military 5 strength with Khal Drogo. He's got 3 strength across the board, but remember there is the Renly's Pavilion, but that should only bring it down to a tie, which Khal Drogo would still win.
Okay. Yep.
So claim is the House Florent Knight, a renown on Khal Drogo. And of course Lingering Venom gets a token. You're going to use a die to track the tokens on Lingering Venom. So we do see Butter Bumps in play. Is he the card that's going to get Kevin back in this game? He could possibly be the card that Kevin was looking for. So Seabitch stealing Renly's Pavilion. So now the Targaryen player is in control of Renly's Pavilion. Goes in for the power challenge with the Targaryen Loyalist. And now if the Orphan of the Green Blood is used for defense, Renly's Pavilion can swing it in that direction. So +1 strength was given to Dany off Renly's Pavilion, then -1 off of the Orphan of the Green Blood. So the power challenge was won there by the Targaryen player. So he's back up to 11 power to 0 on the other side. This is very one-sided, but it's taken quite a few rounds to get to this point here. Or maybe it's not that many rounds. Maybe they're just playing kind of slow. It feels like it's been a lot of rounds, but feels like what we've seen the Targaryen player put on the board, he should be, should have closed this thing out by now. But this Tyrell deck definitely has been putting the brakes on and throwing a wrench in the Targaryen player's plans for sure. So it looks like he's got 3 or 4 cards in hand. He's probably debating using Plaza of Pride here to probably stand Daenerys if he has the cards for it. But then he might be thinking with Varys across the board from him, he may need those characters that he's thinking of chucking. He may need them next round when his board gets wiped. Is what he's probably thinking. So thinking a little more long term. So another power there on the unopposed second military.
So she's strength 3.
And kills the Orphan of the Green Blood.
Oh wait, yeah, right. It's just when she gets there.
Okay.
So 3 tokens on Lingering Venom now. Danny is still 6 strength though from that Renly's Pavilion buff. So still 3 tokens away from killing her right now. But I mean, next round, when her strength goes back down, just 2 more challenges lost and Danny's dead.
Yep.
Now we have an intrigue challenge from Butterbumps. And the Fool wins the challenge. I mean the card, not Kevin. And Ego, that was probably the card he was choosing to chuck or not to get another challenge in. And we have some insight draw, of course, off Butterbumps. So some more draw from the Tyrell deck. And takes dominance. And Varus does pop off. So Lingering Venom should go to the discard pile. It is terminal. You see the keyword on there. And Visirion's the only one left around due to him having a duplicate.
I was like, wait, what? I don't need Danny to win.
Danny's more useful. But yeah, if I was dropping attack.
And it looks like an Arbor was discarded there to keep in reserve for the Tyrell player. So back down to 11 power on the Targaryen side, to 2 now on the Tyrell side. Is that the most power he's had so far this game? And March to the Wall, of course, after Varus is common practice. And a confiscation played there, just I guess to get the gold or initiative. But obviously not for the ability since there are no attachments in play. And it sounds like the Tyrell player has 1 initiative and choosing to go first. Is he going to switch it into aggressive mode here and start putting the pressure on his opponent? Surprised he didn't go second to see what his opponent does, but he's got another His Viper's Eyes in hand.
My brain is. I don't even know what happened in all my games. It's just like, yeah.
So we have the Ocean Road Knelt and gold spent to get the Bastard Daughter into play. Wildling Horde paid for it, full price. And that's it. Over to the Targaryen player for marshalling, who is texting a friend to find out what he should marshal.
Dornish 5 with Vanguard Lancers. What was this?
So we got Illyrio State Knelt. And Viserys is back.
Not the Iron Throne.
That guy just won't go away.
It's down.
Asha Greyjoy.
That's more first. That's what I got. I kept like, where's my Iron Throne?
Problem is, there's more military across the board now. And remember, Wildling Horde, you have no attachments in Pillage, and you can always kneel your faction card to give a Wildling character +2 strength. So they are quite the body.
Yeah, apparently.
First one says what?
Looks like a military challenge can be pushed against the Targaryen player, and most likely won.
Do you know what's really good against Asha? Jacaris. It's too bad you were playing Targaryen.
I wish more of my characters were dead.
We're dead?
Yeah, instead of discarded.
That's right. No chance.
So Kevin taking his time here deciding what challenges to do, if any.
She's still on camera.
I'm the captain now.
If he does a military challenge, he'll most likely kill Viserys. And we do have a military challenge here, Wildling Horde, 5 strength. Remember, we do have Renly's Pavilion in play and the Wildling Horde's ability. So some strength tricks can happen. It's going to go unopposed. Iron Mines is going to be used to save Viserys Targaryen. And Pillage gets a little finger off the top of the deck.
Why did I do that? That was bad.
3 power now on the Tyrell side. And I think it's over to the Targaryens for challenges. He's going to walk into a Viper's Eyes, I'm sure, here.
Military.
Military stealthing, the only standing military icon there, the Bastard Daughter.
Action. Sorry.
His Viper's Eyes triggered. So gets rid of an Iron Mines.
Do that.
Asha stands, of course, because it's unopposed.
No, those
Bastard Daughter is most likely going to be chosen for claim.
for dragons. Power. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Right, claims of things.
Another plasma.
He hasn't done claim yet. Yeah, he's going to discard. Yep, kill the Bastard Daughter, sorry. To discard another card.
Which one?
Grabs a Plaza of Pride. The other copy is in his hand also, so he's seen all 3 copies. Then we get an unopposed power challenge. Asha standing up, claiming a power, getting an unopposed power. 1 power away from winning on the Targaryen side, and dominance stolen again by that Iron Throne. Tyrell player at 3. He's holding in there, but that Targaryen player is scary close now with Asha on the board and Stealth. If he can win initiative. Stealth through on a power challenge. It's over here for the Tyrell player. And we have March to the Wall into March to the Wall. Oh no! Dual March clears the boards. No more Asha in play. Oh man. That's amazing. Cleared board again. Oh. Was that the final plot? Is that why he played March there? Or he thought he'd be cute to try to get rid of the Wildling Horde, and Tyrell player burned him.
I'm sure she probably plays Real Soul as much as
That's awesome. Can the Tyrell player survive another round? He gets another Rose Road. That should help. Next round. So he's got 3 Rose Roads, 3 Pleasure Barges, all canceling each other out there. He's got them all covering the Arbor. So basically the Arbor's canceled out by the Pleasure Barges. Gets +3 gold from the Rose Roads as an Ocean Road. So not bad economy, but those Pleasure Barges definitely hurting there in the economy department. But on the other side, only a Rose Road and 2 Illyrio's Estates, so Tyrell player is definitely still winning on economy here in the locations. We do see a copy of Rattle Shirts in hand there. Another great neutral character. Great with Ocean Road. Great with Last of the Giants. Passes over to the Targaryen player. Doesn't marshal any characters. But he's sitting on 6 gold. Uh-oh. Power icon on the table. The Renly's Pavilion will just take him down to 0 strength. So he won't lose a power challenge right now. But Khal Drogo hits the board. And that is a lost power challenge most likely right there. And Renown. So he's got to be careful in the militaries and the power if he can't stop Khal Drogo here. He's got to stop unopposed, got to stop Renown, got to stop power claim. 1 power away on the Targaryen side. Last of the Giants puts Rattle Shirts into play, or Rattle Shirt into play on the offense here. Power challenge.
Power?
No one can defend because they don't have any attachments. That's the ability on Rattle Shirt. 1 card left in the Targaryen player's hand. It's not Nightmares. Has no gold to play it anyway. And Intimidate due to Last of the Giants.
He's a very large man.
Takes down Khal Drogo.
Whoa! Power.
And Power is named on the Elena's Informant jumping in, which raises the strength on the Elena's Informant, minus Targaryen Loyalist to get an unopposed power.
I'll use the Plaza and the Loyalist.
Sure. You want to attack for 0?
And he just used Plaza on the Targaryen Loyalist, forgetting it was just reduced to 0 strength from the Renly's Pavilion, so the 1 will count for dominance, but not enough for compared to the Iron Throne. So now the Tyrell player is up to 7 power, 12 power on the Targaryen side. And we have Valor, so it looks like they both Valor on the last plot. Oh, looks like the Targaryen player dumped all his characters on the board there, using Khal Drogo to try to rush for the win. And the Tyrell player, again, puts a wrench in his plans, and we have an empty board again. So definitely a reset heavy deck here on the right side. Definitely messing with this Targaryen deck. And he top decks 2 characters, though. Gets Rhaegal into play and Ser Jorah. With 0 claim. And the Tyrell player has still a handful of cards, but he's about to run into 6 reserve. So I guess that's still plenty here in the late game. We see another House Florent Knight in hand. Oh, man, are we going to see some Renly's Pavilion again here? Yep, looks like it is. Rhaegal, again, going to be the target.
Where's my money?
Poor Rhaegal. Little dragon just keeps getting slapped away.
-1/+1.
So, what? -1 on Ser Jorah, +1 to Rhaegal. Makes House Florent Knight come in and get rid of Ser Jorah, which is, I think, is a better play. He's the higher strength. He also has Renown. And now in the challenges, military with Rhaegal.
It's only for the face.
Oh yeah, military.
So 3 strength. They're just talking about Renly's Pavilion wearing off at the end of the phase, which was in marshalling.
All good?
Oh yeah, we got him playing. That's right.
And
Yep.
Like down?
Yep.
it blocks the unopposed. No claim happens, obviously. And dominance goes to the Tyrell player. It was sitting at 8 power to 12. This is crazy that this is still going on. And they're matching plots here like crazy. So we have Counting Coppers played by both players again.
You can go first.
Sure.
So both digging for answers here. One player trying to stop the other player from winning. The other player just trying to win. Lots of characters drawn on the Targaryen side. And he's got a Great Hall there. That should help get someone into play. Assuming they aren't dead. So there's the Altart Great Hall. And we have Baby Theon put into play. And Viserys is back again.
He died to a Valor.
Yeah, so they thought Viserys was dead there from the Valor, but it was actually the double march that took care of him.
Yeah, you double marched Asha and Viserys.
Who was in play with Drogo?
Drogo was the loyalist, who stood at 0 strength.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
All good?
Yep.
So we got Rhaegal, Viserys, and Baby Theon against the House Florent Knight, and whatever else gets marshaled by the Tyrell player. Will it be enough to deal
So say we all.
and stop the Targaryen player from winning this round and keep it going? Could the Tyrell player come back here and win? I don't know. I don't know.
Yes.
He has a ton of cards in hand. He has like all the locations and more. He's got another Ocean Road now, so he's got plenty of economy. But he's only got 5 gold this turn, 2 Ocean Roads. So not a ton. But he's got to get in front of those characters across the board and deal with the Plaza of Pride. Could have 2 challenges done from Theon here, both possibly unopposed. Power in the military could seal the game. We have an Orphan in the Green Blood, and this time Bestow is used to get a gold honor. And we got Maester of Starfall, who can steal... I think it's Maester of Starfall. No, it might be the newer Maester, and I can't remember what he does. Or I could be completely wrong. And it looks like we got Sir Colin of Green Pools played out there also. It's great on power challenges. Getting 3 strength. A 3 strength buff, I believe. So he's up to 4 on power. So military challenge here with Theon. Yeah, it's the Maester of Sunspear, actually. He's got a reaction after you lose a challenge in which Maester of Sunspear is participating. Choose an attachment and return it to its owner's hand, which doesn't matter right now. So that Orphan of the Green Blood having a gold on it means that he can bounce a character he controls back to hand. So we could see the House Florent Knight go back to hand to come back out and do some shenanigans, assuming it goes any further.
GNK, the GNK.
Let's see the trim of this guy.
It's also way on it, right? Well, maybe on the train right back, I'll teach you how to play
Looks like Shirkal and the green pools for 1 strength is jumping in front of the military from Theon to block the unopposed. And dying for claim. And with Renly's Pavilion out there, you could do some shenanigans to mess up Theon's strength, to basically raise it to get someone in front to block an unopposed. So the Targaryen player has 2 cards in hand. Is he going to chuck any to Plaza of Pride to stand Theon and try for the power challenge? And I'm sure we'll see the Renly's Pavilion used in that situation to block the unopposed.
Think I'm not going to pull any strings next turn? Plaza?
And Drogon gets chucked for a Plaza of Pride trigger on Theon, of course.
I just really hate Drogon.
You guys.
He's useful.
And we have Theon coming in on a power challenge. You could buff Theon's strength with Renly's Pavilion and minus the Orphan of the Green Blood down to 1. Or I guess he wouldn't need to touch the Orphan of the Green Blood strength, but I guess he would just minus another character on the other side. Oh, sorry, yeah. Theon, you just need to be higher strength. So them both being 2 is actually fine for the blocking the unopposed. My bad on that one. So power does swing for claim. So 13 power, 2 away for the Targaryen player. Tyrell player's at 7. And an intrigue of 3 from Rhaegal. See House Florent Knight block the Renly's Pavilion used to defend fully.
-1/+1. Sure.
Or, sorry, Maester of Sunspear also could be used to block.
That's me?
1 card?
Yep.
So we have military here with House Florent Knight. No defenders. Claim Viserys is finally dead.
Dead, Joe.
It's worse than that.
There is close call on the deck, so we could see him put back in the discard pile and come back into play, but most likely that is the last we'll see of him.
I know that, but like I just thought that.
Kill him again?
I thought he was
I
part
think
of the
that's all 3 copies. He did get moved with the first close call, actually. So he has died twice, I believe, in this game. So are we going to see that House Florent Knight go back to hand in the marshalling phase and be used again? Using the Orphan of the Green Blood's gold. So I think they're on plot 9 here. We got heads on spikes into close call.
Is the card that's in your hand, Joe?
1 card in hand of the Targaryen player. Is it a character?
I'll go first.
It is Daenerys Targaryen. She goes to the dead pile. 2 power gain on the Tyrell side.
She's not dead yet. Now she dies.
11 power
You're gonna make a guess.
on the Tyrell player's house card. He is 4 away from winning. 2 away from winning on the Targaryen side. This is bananas.
Educated decision.
Is Kevin, the Tyrell player, going to come back here?
I think there's a Victorian. No. You're first?
Targaryen player is top decking, which is not a good thing. And I believe we have Drogo and Dany in the dead pile now. One of them is going to get moved. It's Victorion, actually.
That bugs up Drogo.
Draw a card.
So Tyrell player chosen to go first here.
Yes!
And yep, the House Florent Knight goes back to hand from the Orphan and the Green Blood's ability. Comes back into play, gets rid of Theon. And a dupe on the Iron Throne. Another Orphan of the Green Blood, bestow triggered to put 1 gold on. And over to the Targaryens for marshalling. 6 gold to work with, 2 Illyrios Estates, and a Great Hall.
Kill the pavilion.
He had a newly made lord too, and just in time, the Iron Throne gets duped. This is bananas. And Renly's Pavilion's finally gone, though. And we have Doria in play. And an Iron Mines. Over to the Tyrells for challenges. Who would have thought like 3 or 4 rounds ago that the Tyrell player would be sitting at 11 power and this game would still be going on? I did not, but here we are. So we have an intrigue challenge with the Maester of Sunspear. He's going to go no defenders. And we have Lord Renly's Ride played. So calling a green pool is giving +1 strength. And the Targaryen player decided to go unopposed on that. He has no cards in hand, just figures, hey, whatever, no claim. But he is giving a power, and now he's having a character knelt. And it's going to be Doria. Yeah, looks like Doria's knelt for the Intimidate. 12 power now on the Tyrell host card. And I think we have a military here from the House Florent Knight. Tom, the Targaryen player, just counting the power on the other side, thinking how much he could lose here if he lets go unopposed. And the next challenge goes unopposed. He would lose. But he goes unopposed here. Just playing it careful. So Iron Mines used to save Doria. And Power Challenge blocked by the Orphan of Greenblood. Fully blocked. And let's see what Rygel does on challenges here. 5 cards still in the hand, it sounds like, on the Tyrell side. So we have military here with Rygel. I believe Valor is pinned on both sides.
Yep.
And Dominus goes to Tyrell player. He's 1 power away from winning on 1 power away from winning on the other side. It's a tie game, 14-14. This is crazy. And according to the time on the video, they've only been playing for 47, 48 minutes-ish. Actually, probably less, counting the intro. So probably more closer to 45, 46 minutes. So they still have 8 or 9 minutes left in the round. And the double march. So they're just copying each other on the plot plays here. Both trying to win initiative, probably. Playing their highest initiative plot at 8. Orphan of the Ringing Blood gets marched, and Doria gets marched on the other side. Down to Rygel, the newly made lord, versus Renly, or sorry, House Florent Knight and Orphan of the Greenblood.
At least I get to see seconds, so I get to see icons.
And now we have the other Orphan of the Greenblood march. It looks like the Tyrell player is going first, so he had to pick his march target first. And we have newly made lord marched on the other side. So down to 1 character each. All comes down to the top deck here on the Targaryen side. If he didn't get anything to stop the Tyrell player going first here, winning a power challenge. No power icons on the board yet, though, but we will see shortly. And he's going to give up. We got Wildling Horde played, which would have closed it there on the power challenge. A dead Dany and a dead Drogo were the top deck. So crazily, Kevin wins the tournament here, coming back from like 12-0 and wins the game. Amazing. Folks, that was definitely your money's worth right there. Wow. That was awesome. Good job on Kevin. Good job on Tom. Just couldn't close. But yeah, that was a great match. Look forward to more matches coming up from the Massacre of Hardcomb on the channel. So make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, leave comments below, share these videos. And if you want to help support these videos and you like the work I do here, you can donate on patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. The link is in the description below. Guys, let me know in the comments below what you thought of that crazy comeback. That was amazing. That was a great game. Love to hear what you guys think. And definitely we'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot for the support, guys. Thanks for coming here and watching, and we'll see you in the next one.